coming to you from Concord Esports. Give it up for your host, the digital mouth of the Esports South, Sigtal Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for a fantastic intro. I am yours and the one and only digital mouth of the Esports South, Justin Smith, the Sigtal Lord. Folks, we have a fantastic podcast for you today, and we are going to be doing something special every few weeks. And that's where we catch up with the esports director, head coach of Concord, an all-around exceptional human being, Austin Clay. But of course, I also have with me the best co-host in all podcasting, John Rose, a.k.a. Johnny Boy. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Been a long week, but been a great week for us so far, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
All of our teams, with the exception of Smash Brothers, that participate in the NECC, have now played a match on the stage in the Concord Esports Arena.
Yeah, teams have played, at least every team has played an activation up there. Even though Smash didn't have an activation game this week, they still played a game up on stage, at least our Gray team did, in a Directive versus Gray team. It was really fun. I took stocks.
I took stocks.
I finished the whole person.
Yeah, but I still took stocks.
I was there.
He played.
He
mostly played the Jiggly.
I brought the morale, the looks, and the danger. But, we all had bad days. Tomorrow, I could take down Mango. Who knows?
I spammed buttons and Kazuya.
Grab.
Yeah.
My spamming's justified because I'm a zoner.
Yes, my spam is I do best moves.
Yeah. Well, next time we're not going to take it easy on them.
Yeah.
Just know that, Concord Gray. It has been amazing watching our teams. We started off our competitive week last Friday with our Rocket League squads. Both our Black and Maroon squads did play. Yep. Now, Black is 1-1 so far, and Maroon is undefeated.
Correct. Yep.
Very good. That means that Black will play an interesting placement match. This will be very important. Tonight. The day that we're recording.
6 o'clock.
This will be very important for what league they get placed in. But the Maroon squad, I really don't like to gloat, but this is business as usual. We fully expect a strong performance from them. We'd be having a much more somber podcast were that not the case. Then Monday, it was a beautiful break. Tuesday, we were able to play in that Directors versus Smash team game. Yep. Wednesday, both of the Concord Esports League of Legends squad, the Maroon and the Gray team, went undefeated. That was 4 matches, best of 1. Mm-hmm. It was very exciting, very good time to be in our arena. Thursday, our Overwatch squads played. Both teams went 1-1 for the night.
Yes.
Their wins, one was a forfeit by our opponent. We hate that happened. We run an arena. We sell tickets. We are really limited to how much we can cancel. So for any of our opponents out there, we're reasonable people. But we have business obligations that we got to meet. So if you come after our hustle, ain't nothing we can do about it. We got to play the games. We got to play them on time. Plus or minus a few minutes. I mean, we're human. We're human. Stuff happens. But we are exceptionally excited. We're over the moon with the performance of our teams. No one performed to a point where we have major concerns for the season. I think this is going to be a bright and fantastic future for the Concord Esports department. Austin, very quick plug. Anything with these teams that you think deserves highlighting?
I would say from all of our teams, especially all of our freshman teams, which means that would be both our League of Legends teams and our Academy Overwatch team. When I mean freshmen, not them freshmen in college, but freshmen competing for Concord, did really good jobs as young teams with not that much practice in overall compared to what other teams might be if their veterans are coming with years, maybe a year or two of experience, with only less than 6 months of experience, or for some teams, a month of experience. Like for our Overwatch Gray team, they only had a month of experience, and they did insanely well, and I'm very proud of how they did with the short time period they had to get ready, play together as a team, and compete on a level that they competed on, especially against some teams that were on paper were better than us. On paper, for Overwatch specifically is the one I'm talking about. On paper, the other team that we played, that we won against, statistically they were better based on the ranks and everything there, and we performed insanely well and ran them, like went 3-0 in them in that game there. So we did really well there. I'm excited to see how as they continue to perform throughout the match.
Now, Johnny Boy, you actually are the only coach in the department who didn't have a team play.
Yeah.
What are your nerves feeling like seeing the success of the other teams, knowing that you're 2 weeks away?
Well, I don't want to be the only coach that doesn't get some type of win under their belt, like especially the first weekend. I'm very confident in my teams. We've been practicing nonstop, and I know when the time comes for them to debut their talent that they won't underperform.
Now, the rest of our teams, with the exception of Apex Legends, are under the ECAC.
Yep, my Street Fighter, COD, Fortnite, and Madden, FIFA 2K.
So, what are our teams doing right now to prepare for that ECAC division?
So we have been scouting heavy. That's kind of one of my jobs is to be there for matches and help the team VOD review. So I've been VODing with our teams, each team once a week, and also being there for their practice once a week on top of them doing 2 scrims or 1 scrim every single night. We compile all that information, get all the data that we can, and try to turn all of the failures right now in scrims into successes in the future.
I dig it. I'm a big ally for data. So, Austin, do you have any warnings for any opponents that we have coming up for teams that you coach?
For my teams, I know my FIFA and Madden guys, I've been watching them. They play crazy. For ECAC, my Madden guys, especially we have 3 brand new Madden players coming in here this season, are looking really good and really insane. And then if you look at our FIFA roster, we have 2 returning strong players in Sean and Valentine. And then the 3 freshmen that we're having in Cam, Enzo, and Kane are looking like they're going to run that scene once again. Last season, we had all of our teams in FIFA finish top 16. So I'm hoping that all of our 5 players once again can finish top 16, which means we would have almost 1/3 of ECAC playoffs in top 16 would be Concord Esports players, which to me would show that we mean business in FIFA. Even though it may not be a traditional esports, we're still running it really well there.
Yeah, and it's really amazing. It's the only esport we play where you get to transition those real-life skills. Everything else, it's not like I have guys who are holding on to their flashes for when there's an issue that play League of Legends, or people that have exceptional like aim control going in and playing COD. These are actual soccer players and athletes that are playing EAFC for us. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. We might have to see what we can do with that in the future. Maybe we can take some other skills that maybe translate over to esports. Any painters out there? We're looking at Splatoon. Just reach out to us. Hit us down in the doodly doos down below. If you paint and think that you could successfully be 1, a squid, and 2, defeat your opponents.
They directly correlate.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio, calamari and paint. Well, that is a fantastic wrap-up for local esports, and by and large, our most important esports.
Yeah.
But this is prime time in international esports. Yeah. We just had the ALGS finals, and I see you've donned the jacket.
I have, yes.
So Imperial Hal picks up a huge win.
Yep.
Tell me, what do you think about their performance? Was there any teams that you thought would do better that didn't?
Dark Zero, the actual reigning LAN champs, they didn't even qualify to Sunday, so that was a huge surprise. But they're just know when they get to champs, it's crazy. That's the biggest competition for TSM. But I'm actually on the flip side of your question. The people that performed better than I thought was Optic. So the reason I'm a TSM fan is because I'm a diehard Optic fan. But when ALGS started, Optic was not an original team, so they weren't fully invested yet. Now that they have a roster, I have 2 teams that I cheer on because I can't let go of that connection I made with TSM early on. And TSM finished first and Optic was second. So Optic was the first team to get on match point, and they were 4 games ahead or 5 games ahead of TSM to qualify, and TSM came all the way back in those 4 games to win the championship and be that first team on match point finals and get the win.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, Dark Horizon,
Dark Zero.
Dark Zero.
Yeah.
I'm pitching a whole different world, folks. They were really a dark horse last year when they did win.
So they're the way they play the game is kind of like a sleeper team. They play for, like, traditionally in comp you play for late game and competitive, but they play super late game in the sense of they don't point you to, or they point you to death versus getting massive points at the beginning. They point you to death, sneak into the 50-point threshold, and then because of their consistent play style, they get a win, and they're the first team generally to do it when they make it to chance.
They don't take risky plays. It's
No.
all about slowly getting there. They know they have plenty enough time, so they don't risk that to get that into that finalist position quickly.
Yep.
I respect that. That's usually how
And
I play.
the GOAT debate with was it Zero
Yeah.
and How? I think that's finally to bed. How is officially, or in my eyes, has always been, but I think to the world is the GOAT of Apex Legends.
I like it when esports players in any esport have a name that just reeks of greatness, and you don't get to be named Imperial How and not be good at the game.
Yeah, 100%. And he's the scump of Apex Legends.
There was also the drama with one team having to play without a third.
Yeah,
They only had to play with two people
Well,
because they dropped them, and then they
dropped
couldn't
them.
they couldn't use their sub because it wasn't wasn't following the rules, so they had to play duels because the other guy wouldn't join back in after they dropped him.
After they dropped him, he refused to play. They dropped him mid champ,
yeah.
or like match, or not match, but during the next day or over the night they dropped
and they couldn't
him,
activate their sub.
and they couldn't activate their sub, and then the third refused to play with them, so they had a duo through the.
And they almost qualified for the LAN.
Yeah. Was it Alliance? Who I don't remember the team.
I don't remember the team name, but they almost.
That's insane.
They were 2 points away. All I know remember is they were 2 points away from qualifying into the LAN, even just as a duel.
Dang. I would have hated to have been, if they made it, the one team that didn't make it because of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's career ending. Another huge event that's coming up is Worlds. We're 1 month away from League of Legends Worlds. It is my Christmas. Now every team except
He's already preparing,
one,
as you can tell.
baby, all day. Cloud9, this is North America's year. If Cloud9 don't do it, and Golden Guardians don't do it, and NRG don't do it, maybe Europe will do it, or Brazil, or anyone but an Asian team.
That's our goal this year.
Anybody that not in that hemisphere. Now, if I do have to cheer for a Asian team, it is going to be Korea's own T1. Yeah. It's impossible not to cheer for Faker. He is the Michael Jordan of esports, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really think that this Worlds is going to be special. It's going to be unique. It's in the home of modern esports, Korea, when it comes to MOBAs. It really is the mecca of MOBAs. So I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time. Expect a whole lot of coverage. And just for my supervisor who's sitting in the room, expect exhaustion from October 10th all the way to the 19th, because the games are in South Korea, so you have to watch them at like 3 a.m.
Well, you don't have to. You could watch them not live. You always
No,
have the option.
they're not
no
the same.
spoilers.
They're on YouTube.
They're not the same. Like when you watch
It's
it
not
live,
the
it's a
same.
different film, and then you watch a replay, and then you're just not invested
When I
at
was
all.
watching Overwatch League like consistently and like nonstop, I would get up and watch because they would have when they were during COVID, they would have them on the East Coast in the East, which is in China and Korea, and they would be playing them at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So and when I had some teams over there that I would cheer for. Overwatch is also getting close to their finals soon here, so that's another thing that's coming up here is Overwatch finals, which is really exciting. I'm a Boston fan. They're doing actually pretty good this year. Haven't watched too much of Overwatch League this year. Not into it as much as I used to be. Omega Strikers has caught my brain. I've been diving into Omega Strikers and watching and loving that more now.
You already loses the GOAT. You already loses the GOAT.
We as a coaching staff, we all have games that we care about, but over the summer, just something possessed us, and we all got really into Omega Strikers.
We did.
It's still probably like one of my favorite games to play right now.
Yeah.
In terms of if I get any free time to play a game. I hope if you're a random person on the internet watching this and you're thinking of one, going to college, and two, like Omega Strikers, reach out to us. Email akclay@concord.edu. Let's talk.
It'll be in the doodly-doo down below.
Yeah, it'll be in the doodly-doo.
It's a unique way of saying the description.
Doodly-doo. That's our thing.
Doodly-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah,
sure.
I
That's our
stole it
thing.
from a bunch of successful YouTubers, just like I do everything.
we are creatively changing that and making it our own.
You're right.
We're following the meta.
We are meta slaves at Concord. Well, this has been a fantastic podcast, and it would not have been possible without the support of all of our great sponsors. But we want to shout out Case West Virginia. Community Action in Southeast West Virginia came in and worked with our students during the summer in order to prepare them for the new year with stress relief balls. They catered a wonderful trip to the pool for us, and they provided a lot of great guidance on surviving college. Our players enjoyed their presentation. Community Action in Southeastern West Virginia works all over Southern West Virginia and especially in Mercer, Summers, and Monroe counties to improve the quality of life for all citizens. Check out their website, kswv.org, for more information on the services they provide. And big shout out to Project Yes. Project Yes is a program within Case West Virginia. It works in local schools. Make sure, if you're a student watching this, tell all the team at Project Yes when they come to your school, Concord Esports really appreciated what they did for us. We're excited for future partnerships. Anything you want to plug, Austin?
Oh, yeah, so hoping I could plug this. We do have the Elevation Showcase coming up here shortly.
Oh.
It's September 30th. It'll be at 2 o'clock start time.
As of yesterday, I think we're going to have to move it up to 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Folks, no
Yeah.
matter what, keep an eye on social media.
Yeah.
Final details are still being worked out.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we could have a spicy podcast
With
go
a
up
special guest.
With a special guest going live the day we record it. Incredibly rare event, but
Yeah.
there is a chance. Please, we're trying to work that out.
The other thing I want to shout out here, I know I say it all the time when I come on this or whenever I've done on podcasts before, we couldn't be Concord Esports without the support of our university and the higher-ups in the administration, Dr. Bogus, Kevin Binghamton, anyone else in the over there, Dan, Dispatcher, everyone from our admission, our cabinet-level members have been so supportive across campus, admissions, business office. Everyone on this campus is so supportive of Concord Esports. We're even to have this new studio with our multimedia production team here, we're able to use their studio to film our videos. I'm still appreciative to everyone on this campus here to support us and letting us do what we do best.
John, anything to plug?
Like always, follow us on our socials. All of that's going to be in the doodly-doo down below. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter/X, Twitch, and YouTube.
And back to TikTok.
And yes, I forgot to announce that as of 2 days ago, we are back on TikTok. So make sure we'll put that TikTok link on there. Make sure you check us out there as well.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
Well, folks, make sure that you follow our socials. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video. It's a big help to us.
Absolutely.
Make sure you come to a Concord Esports event. If you mention the podcast, I might have a little bit of a prize for you. But most importantly, have a good day. We'll see you next time.